Kairi Nasai Minasan. Today we are gonna talk about the latest series of Super Sentai that has been teased to us, and that is Bakuager Sentai Boonboomger. This video, I'm just gonna say it out front, is not gonna have any graphic because, like, honestly speaking, there is no graphic to show you at all. So you can minimize it, you can treat this like a podcast. This is just me kind of like thinking out loud, gonna give my own theory and speculation on what we can actually expect from Bakuager Sentai Boonboomger. Okay, so my initial thought when I read the title is obviously, I think everyone's first initial thought is gonna be explosion. So not gonna lie, when I think of explosion, it is a really sensitive subject, I think, for Japanese people to actually tackle. So I don't think that the Super Sentai motif for the next season is gonna be explosion based, but instead it is actually gonna be something related that makes an explosion other than bombs, okay? Other than nuclear bombs, other than TNT or gunpowder, all those stuff. It is gonna be something else. And I think I might have kind of like cracked the code here a little bit. My idea here is on tanks, military tanks. So the theme of the Super Sentai is gonna be army based, soldier based, or maybe like there's gonna be like different country in war with one another, because one thing that we need to see here is that in Osama Sentai King-ohger, we actually get to see them rewriting the entire story. They actually write a story where this entire Osama Sentai take place not actually on Earth that we actually know of, but it actually take place on another planet, on another Earth called Terra, something like that. So this is really interesting for if they really want to do this, is they can actually write a story where this is a war where there is like two nations fighting with one another, and obviously they are gonna be focusing on the how do I actually say this, like there's two nations fighting with one another and they are trying to compete with one another. Maybe like is a little bit kind of like a Kamen Rider build concept, like there's 3 kingdoms in Kamen Rider build and like each nation have their own Kamen Rider, something like that. So one thing that we can do for Bakuager Sentai Boonboomger is like there is maybe 3 nations or 2 nations, like each nation is gonna have their own army of Super Sentai. So instead of kind of like sending a whole bunch of soldiers to go to war, what they did is gonna be like these rangers is gonna go fight the war, and to instead of fighting war, maybe they're gonna play a little bit of game, kind of like a shouting showdown, something like that. So if you get the reference of shouting showdown, changing chopstick, something like that, you are cool, man. Like you are, I give you the seal of approval of being a cool kid if you know what is a shouting showdown. But basically it's like just 2 parties or 3 parties, like they actually duke it out in a game. Like there's not gonna be killing or any sorts, but they're just gonna be, it's a little bit kind of like Kamen Rider Gears, you know, like kind of like Desire Grand Prix, where they participate in a game and the winner takes all kind of deal, something like that. So maybe that is gonna be the story moving forward, is gonna be army based, something like that. And the motive of the suits, or should I say the Zords, are actually gonna be tanks, okay? Like tanks, like, because one thing that I think for those who actually watch quite a lot of animes is that there is actually quite a lot of anime with character that actually knows about, like, hey, like this plane is like what model and this tank is what model. Like there's this thing called tank otaku there in their nation, or military otaku in their nation. So I don't think it is a stretch for us to actually see that the Toei team or TV Asahi would actually wants to promote more people, encourage more youth to join the army itself, to join the Jietai, to join the whatever they want to call it in Japan, something like that. Okay, so tanks is one thing that they can attract the people, like Zords and all those stuff. But maybe we can go beyond just tanks. Okay, there is like other thing, like we can go for like navy, because like when we talk about things that carry bombs or is able to shoot things out of them, we think of the land forces, which is obviously the tanks, and then we think of the navy, the battleships, and then we think of the sky, and we got the jets and all those stuff. So maybe there is kind of like a different motive between each rider. They can either be a tank, they can either be a battleship, they can be like the air force, something like that. Like, this is kind of like my theory so far on what I have for Bakuager Sentai Boonboomger. Obviously, before I make this video, I actually kind of like went on a little bit of research to see what other YouTuber actually thought of Bakuager Sentai Boonboomger. And one thing that I saw on Reddit that I think that is quite interesting is that like there are people that actually says that Baku in the Japanese word, there is actually a folktale or a yokai in Japanese called Baku itself, and it is actually a Japanese dream eater yokai, something like that. And I don't think, I really don't think that we are actually gonna be focusing on dream eating machines, something like that, in the next season of Super Sentai, because I think one thing that we really need to focus more on is the Japanese word. Okay, the Japanese word, the kanji actually writes bao is in Chinese, the word is actually called bao sang, means explosion. Okay, and if you put it into Google Translate, is also gonna tell you it is explosion. So this is definitely explosion based Sentai itself. So I really don't think it is actually gonna be related to the dream eating machine or something like that. And that is kind of like my idea here. But another possibility, after I think about it, like after I watch a few YouTube videos about Bakuager Sentai Boonboomger, is like some of the YouTuber actually says that we are actually gonna have a little bit of mix in motif itself, rather than just pure like mecha based, like pure cars or pure tanks or battleship or whatsoever. Like they are actually suggesting that we might actually have kind of like a crossover with animals. Instead of like normal animals, maybe we're gonna have like mythical creatures, something like that, because the next year is actually the year of the dragon. Okay, so and that is like a lot of people is actually saying that, hey, the dragon is actually, they are gonna do something about the dragon year, something like that. So we might actually get another dino based Sentai, something like that. If they actually give us as the dino based Sentai, I am not gonna be mad at all, because I love dino. Okay, like I love dino, I don't mind dino at all. So that is really amazing. But I think giving a kind of like a dino based ranger, like are we gonna go back to like how like every single ranger is gonna have a different dino, something like that? I don't think so. Okay, maybe it's actually just gonna be all the rangers is gonna be dragon based, but the difference between them is the machinery that they actually carries. Okay, so we are gonna have 5 dragons, but how do I say, like each dragon is actually in a different form, if that makes sense. But then again, it doesn't really, I don't really love the dragon and military combination, something like that. If they really want to, okay, let's entertain the idea of dragons. Okay, let's entertain the idea of dragons. If they actually go with dragons and Bunbunjā, like they can definitely go, because dragon kind of like spit fire, something like that. Okay, so maybe I also saw some people talking about monster truck, something like that, because it is I don't think Super Sentai did anything related to monster truck before. I just wanna, okay, this is quite late into the video already, but I am not really a Super Sentai mania. I don't watch every season of Super Sentai. I think the only Super Sentai series that I actually finished from start to finish is the the Kaizoku Sentai. I forgot what is the name already. The ranger that can turn into other ranger. So that is the only ranger that I actually managed to watch from the first episode to the last. Okay, and now hopefully I can also do that to Osama Sentai as well. I'm not gonna lie, Osama Sentai is amazing so far. I don't know. Yeah, I am really not sure how they are actually gonna take the direction of Bakuager Sentai Boonboomger moving forward. If they are actually gonna give more like budget and production quality towards Super Sentai show, because I heard in Don Brothers, the Avataro Sentai Don Brothers, it is actually they say that the quality actually improved a lot. Okay, there's a lot of CG, a lot of amazing scene in Don Brothers, and we also get to see a lot of amazing scene in Osama Sentai as well. So hopefully the qualities continue towards Bunbunjā as well. But Bakuage Sentai, man, like what else could it be, man? Bunbunjā and Bakuage. Maybe cooking related stuff as well, like if you can really talk about that. But there is also another possibility that I actually, the first thing, like before I think of tanks and military bears, I actually think of fire rescue. Okay, I actually think of like the fire rescue team, because like when we think about explosion, when we think about explosion, we think of the aftermath of an explosion, which is fire, which is a lot of dangerous stuff. So maybe they are the fire rescue and all those stuff. But then again, we also have rangers that is fire rescue best already. I think, if not mistaken, is they are called the SPD. SPD is the police one, is it? Or the rescue ranger, something like that. Like they have kind of like a shield as their mask, something like that. So maybe not fire rescue, but I just don't think Japan would ever do a Super Sentai series that is based out of explosion and nuclear base, especially not what happened to them in the past, man. Like that is, I don't know, man. Like, let me know in the comment section below what do you think? What is your thoughts? Like I said, this video is just pure. This is just me thinking out loud and recording it into a video to share to everyone. There's definitely gonna be a lot of weird part in the video where I don't make sense at all. But I hope you enjoy the video. That is all from me. I don't have anything else to add at the moment, but hopefully you guys can inspire me a little bit in the comment section below. We are able to kind of like shred ideas. That is gonna be amazing, man. So that is all. Hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.